Hi-ho everyone, and welcome back to the adventures of Turwinkle, the gnome mage. Well, hi Turwinkle.
Hello.
Are you all set for tonight?
Indubitably.
Well, great. Are you excited?
Woohoo!
I knew you would be, because look, as you can see behind us here, we're back in Stormwind. As you can see, right behind us is the keep of Stormwind, and a bunch of people run by. What we're doing here tonight is we're interviewing the guild, the House of Serenity. That's right, a very interesting guild, and I'm really looking forward to interviewing these folks. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go meet them. So let's go do that, Turwinkle, and we will see you folks when we get there. All right, well, here we are at the gazebo behind the cathedral. Nice little fountain there. And as we come into the area here, we've got the House of Serenity lined up. And so let's take a look and see who we have here. All right, well, starting on the left here, we have Lumiafel. She's an initiate of the House of Serenity, a level 24 human paladin. Nice, okay. Next to her is Jiran, Council of the House of Serenity. He's level 41 Draenei paladin. Excellent. And we have the second command of the guild. This is mercenary Elandric Derek. He's for hire, pirate, smuggler, bandit, mercenary, exile. Holy smokes. He's the master of arms of the House of Serenity. He's a level 88 human death knight. And currently they call me Daring Derek. Savvy? Okay, he has a theme there. I am electric, is it Boogaloo? All right, so he will be representing the guild as the main officer tonight. Unfortunately, the guild leader was unable to make it this evening, so we will be talking with her on a one-on-one situation later. So we'll look forward to that. Next to him, we have Rabu. He's the council of the House of Serenity, and he's a level 90 dwarf hunter. All right. Next to Rabu, we have David Soul. He's also the council of the House of Serenity. He's a level 51 Worgen warlock. Excellent. And last but not least, we have Maldreth, combatant of the House of Serenity, and he's a level 63 human warlock. Excellent. So fine group here tonight, and we will have a great conversation with these folks. So let's get started. All right, well, we're going to start off the questions here. I'm excited to be here with you folks. So the House of Serenity, who formed this wonderful band of folks? Derek says, well, Miss Keika formed the guild. She started with humble beginnings, but really turned this guild into something that is growing rapidly. I see. And do you know how she formed the name? Is it based on something like a book or movie? Which, again, I thought Serenity, as you all recall, is an awesome movie for Firefly. I'm not quite sure if it's anything like that. Her roleplay name is Serenity, so I think she focused it after her character's name, since it's basically an RP guild that's under her leadership, which that makes total sense. Rabu says, yeah, Keika is Serenity during RP, so it's really her house guild, and we love her so. Oh, that's nice, Rabu. Ah, that makes sense. So then, what kind of guild are you? RP mainly? Or is there any raiders, PvPers, that sort of thing? Derek says, we're a heavy RP guild that focuses on RP. In fact, this guild roleplays more than any other RP guild I've been in. But I know at least I PvP, however. Most of us are PvE, which, if you don't know, is player versus environment. Jaren says, we are mainly an RP guild, but Keika has plans of a guild dungeon and raid runs. RP followed, of course. Rabu says, we're certainly a heavy RP guild, although without the stuffy undertones that you find in most. We like to keep mixing things up so they never get boring, and to invite lots of people, not just guildies, to RP with up. I think he means to RP with. All right, so we're going to ask a few more questions here, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Lumiafel added to the last question that said, I like this guild. Putting all my alts in here once I have some. I said, excellent. Now, how many members are in the House of Serenity at the current time? And Derek says we currently have 80 members, which is, wow, that's a pretty good group. And so I said, wow, are all those mains and active? He said, we have some alts, but we look for mains. We typically have about 10 people online at any given time, and that's the minimum in the evenings, which is really good. And what you'd like to have, especially as an RPer, is a lot of people to RP with. So we'll allow them to get bigger there. But so, again, you don't want to, especially as an RPer, it's hard to RP if you have no one to RP with. So getting in with a good RP guild really furthers your own RP along, as it were. I said, I see, that is a nice size. Do you folks run any guild RP events? And Rabu says, our guild events are often sporadic and start small, but they have a tendency to grow until they absorb all the nearby RPers. Such is the nature of our RP. Elandric says, like Rabu stated before, we normally have some guild events that we share with other people that we know outside the guild, but so far we haven't hosted anything like the Lanterns Market that was held here recently. We have multiple RP events throughout the week for just our guild as well, almost on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times, which is really nice. Again, not only being in an RP guild helps, but being in an active RP guild is even better. So great. So what is the goal, the quote-unquote goal of the House of Serenity? Elan Derek says goal. We have two, one for role-playing purposes and the other one for just furthering the guild. The role-playing one is mainly to grow in numbers, and as we advertised at the Lanterns Market, we are an organization that focuses on offering others our services as long as we support the cause. Our other goal is to role play and make friends, have fun, and maybe introduce others to the world of role playing, which is really nice. Not only are they taking in seasoned RPers, but they're helping introduce RPing to people that maybe haven't tried RPing before, but are interested in doing so. And Rabu adds, the House of Serenity wants to RP with everyone. We do have quite a few eternal storylines, but again, they have a tendency to expand to other RPers not associated with the guild. We really love to meet new people, which is really nice. So we'll ask a few more questions here. Okay, so we ask, do you folks have a website? How do people contact the House of Serenity? Elandric says, we look for contacts through the game engine. We don't see the need yet for a website. Maybe when we get much larger we will, but that's to be determined. Do you utilize the forums at all, or is it mainly through in-game recruiting? We don't use we don't utilize the forums, no, not to my knowledge anyway. So maybe Keika uses them, or Serenity. Maybe we should call it Serenity. So do you have a recruitment macro? If so, mind sharing it? And he says, where is it? Oh, here we go. He says we do not have a recruitment macro. We like to keep it different and interesting. So we try to stray from saying the same thing over and over. And macros also encourage spam, so we try to keep away from that as well, which is an excellent point. Sometimes you'll see in the general chat group that's trying to gain members, and it's a consistent yell for their guild, which can be a little annoying at times and does sometimes verge on the edge of being harassment in some ways. So that's a great point he has there, which I said that's a great point. So what do you look for in people who want to join the House of Serenity? It says we look for several things. First, we prefer it if they're a role player, of course, because they're mainly a role-playing guild. If not, are they interested in becoming one? So they don't exclude everyone necessarily if they're not a role player right off the bat, but they try to encourage that if you are going to join this guild, that's what we do. We also look for a level of maturity that includes being respectful and polite to others. We also want active members, and that's big, which again, yeah, you don't want to get a bunch of people in your guild but have nobody ever be on. So what's the point in being there if you're not going to participate? Rabu says we need you to be friendly above all else. All of our guild mates love each other, and we'd like to keep it that way. We also seek the desire to roleplay or to learn to roleplay. Again, they're actually looking to help people become active in role-playing. So excellent. All right, well, Luminari did not turn into a panda. Zochan is here, and so is Kyler. Let's take a look at these guys. We've got Kyler here. He is a level 61 Worgen Death Knight. That's quite a combination. That sounds like a deadly combination, actually. And we have Zochan, or Zoyesu, but likes to be known as Zochan, is a level 37 Pandaren Hunter. So nice, and welcome to the interview, guys. And they look great as well. So we'll hop back over here, and we'll finish off with a few more questions, and then we'll let these poor folks go. And Kyler had to leave, but he answered the final question that I had for the group here before he did leave. And so I asked, so I can assume you're currently open for recruits. Do you folks screen people like with an in-character interview? And David Soul says, yes, we do in-character interviews. Elaine asks them questions and then sees if they can roleplay well. And I mostly test to see if they can fight and duel and in roleplay. So there are different ways that you can fight and roleplay out certain fights in roleplaying, because someone that's like level 90 role-playing with someone that's level 1, if they were dueling in real life, the level 1 person would never be able to beat that level 90 person. And so role-playing comes into effect here and allows people to have more of a fair fight, as it were. So Elandrix says, indeed we do. We have 2, an out-of-character interview and then later an in-character interview once they join the guild. They're given a specific rank if they have not received an in-character interview yet. Rabu says, to get into the guild, you need only ask. To move up in ranks, though, you need an IC interview. And then to move up even higher, you need to do more with the RP. So yeah, RP equals good. So the more that you RP in this guild, in the House of Serenity, the higher you'll get in the ranks that they have set, and eventually may even become an officer for the guild. So great. So I'll start with Kyler, who, as you can see, is left, and ask you to sum up the House of Serenity and what it means to you. Now Kyler states, the House of Serenity to me is a fun, friendly guild for all who want to join. We love to RP with anyone who loves it. We also have a very clean guild chat, and we have an in-character officer chat for those of initiate rank or higher. In my opinion, this guild is the best guild on the server of the Wormrest Accord. All right, so that's a very great answer. I said next. Okay, so Zochan here. Let's get over to Zochan here. You can see, or Zochan. I mispronounced that. It's Zochan, not Zochen. Zochan. I'm sorry. Okay. Whoop. So she says, House of Serenity is my home away from home. It is a place where anyone can come to enjoy pleasant company. It is one of the best RP guilds I've ever encountered. If you want a friendly, fun guild, we're it. So excellent answer. And then, whoop, we talk with Jiren. And he says, House of Serenity is a very friendly guild. I've never been in a better RP guild since I started playing WoW. It is very fun, and whenever I'm feeling down, I just log in, read the guild chat, and can't stop laughing. So yeah, I love this guild. Awesome. So we'll let everyone else give an answer here. So let's see what they have to say. All right, in the second half of the group here answers as well. I said, great, your turn, Derek. What do you have to say about the House of Serenity? He says, this guild has shown time and time again that the numbers really mean nothing. We have humble numbers, but more active than most huge guilds. This is by far the best guild I've been in, and it has some of the best role-playing I've ever experienced. Wow, okay. I said, okay, thank you again, sir. Wonderful answer, and Rabu is up here. Rabu says, the House of Serenity has become hog heaven for me. RP, friends, and I'm obliged to say Dwarven Ale. Fall, Zochan, Derek, Mal, Kiggs, Kaya, Kaijin, Ice, Sun, Tan, David, Al, Jai, Lum, and everyone else are my favorite people in the world. All right, wow. Okay, so he went down the list there. Excellent. Fantastic answer. David Soul, go. And David Soul says, well, this guild is just amazing. The people are just so nice and awesome role players. I didn't make any mistakes when I joined this guild. I love this guild to death for the respect they have to me and others. That's all. And really, what more can you say? That's really nice. And I say that very nice. But last but not least, we've got Maldrith here. And Maldrith says, this guild is unquestionably, in my humble opinion, one of the friendliest atmospheres a WoW player could experience. It only makes this guild better that the RP is interesting and exciting. I believe this house is the way for any true role player to go. Wow. That says a lot for the people that are in this guild. We'll kind of step back and take a look at these guys. But really, it says a lot for the people that are in the guild to love it so much. So kudos to everybody in the guild that makes it such a fun place to be. So we are going to wrap up, and we'll be right back to wrap. All right, what a wonderful group. So if you folks are looking for what seems to be very, very good RP and want to join a friendly, warm group, House of Serenity will not do you wrong. As you can see, and from what you've heard from the people that are in the guild, it is really a fun place to be. So if it's something that you are looking to do, definitely contact any one of these folks and they will direct you to the right place. So we are going to say goodbye to these fine folks who have been so patient with Turwinkle today. And we'll, Turwinkle, say goodbye now. That's right. Give him a nice wave. A nice goodbye wave.
Farewell.
All right. And thank them, Turwinkle, for being so nice. Give him a nice thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, that was kind of abrupt, but I guess it'll do. So Turwinkle's going to hurt back to Refuge Point, and we will see you folks when we get there. All right, well, we're back at Refuge Point, back in Turwinkle's tent here. And what a great evening, don't you think, Turwinkle?
Sure.
Great, and they were a fun bunch, weren't they?
Affirmative.
Yeah, they really were. So if you folks liked the episode, please click like. If you didn't like it, well, click dislike and let us know why in the comments below. If you would like to comment also on the House of Serenity, please do so below as well. Or if you liked the episode, comment any positive comments that you have. We read all the comments and try to respond to them all, so please do so below. And lastly, if you'd like to join Team Turwinkle, we'd love to have you, so subscribe tonight. The more the merrier, and Turwinkle loves to have as many people on his team as possible. So with that said, I guess we're going to leave you for tonight, Turwinkle. And we will see you next time, sir.
I'll miss you.
We'll miss you too. Bye-bye.